Hello, beautiful angels. It is Olivia Grace. I'm back with another video. And I haven't really uploaded in a minute. I've had so much going on. You guys can probably see that I'm in my new place now and I love it. But I'm not going to get all into that. I literally have a session in like 20 minutes and this video is probably going to take the whole 20 minutes to make. I really need to make, I'm supposed to be making like 5 videos today. Because I'm going out of town for the next 2 weeks and I want to get you guys some content like made already. But this video is super important for me to make because it's just been a huge epiphany for me around money and I know it's going to really help you guys. So it was like my top priority to make this one, make sure that I make this one at least. But hopefully I'll be on later to make the rest. But anyways, before we get into it, I am doing coaching, you guys. Like I said, I'm about to go out of town on Friday. So if you guys want to book a session with me, do it like now, or you have to wait until like the middle of March. I am also offering guided sat scenes, guided revision scenes, custom affirmations, all of that good stuff will be in the description. But let's get into making money, manifesting money easy and consistent. Because here's the thing, you guys, with a lot of things in manifestation, but specifically things like money and love, is that we can do the technique to manifest the thing, but we still find ourselves needing, like for instance, if you're manifesting, maybe you've manifested money before, but you still find yourself in financial trouble. Or you still find yourself struggling. You're able to manifest maybe small amounts of money, or maybe find $20 on the ground, or maybe even, you know, a couple $1,000s, but you get it and lose it. Or maybe even your money situation fluctuates, right? So what's really behind all of this, you guys, is the identity that you have when it comes to not only money. And here was the big revelation for me. I'm not even going to make you wait for it. It's not even just the revelation around money. It's not just your beliefs around money, because you can start to have beliefs, you know, start to tell yourself the things that we tell ourselves, you know, money is easy to make, money comes to me, you know, whatever, all of these things. But if behind that belief, you have the belief that manifesting money is hard or impossible, or manifesting wealth, it's not something that really happens for you or happens for others, that is going to really fuck you up, basically. So how I kind of came to this was, I mean, a lot of different things, which I'm going to get into. But I was like, my sister is someone who is probably one of the best money manifestors that I know. And the reason I say that is because she, like, it's always the same thing with her. She'll be in a bad financial situation. She'll really need some money. She'll tell me like, Livy, I need money, this, that. She'll be really upset about it, whatever. And then the money will just come, like literally most of the time in under 24 hours, if not maybe just a day, maybe 2 days at tops. And that has happened over and over and over and over for my sister. Okay. So, and it's not like my sister, she obviously knows about manifestation and things, but she's not really an active manifestor the way that like we are, you know. She just has this identity, which is what I'm getting into, that money is going to come to her, that she always has money, that money always finds its way to her, you know. So I remember thinking about this. I was still in Florida when I was thinking about this, and I was just like, you know, I see that, like, I was like, my sister is just one of those people that money just comes to. And I could feel the disconnect for what I was seeing that for her and not seeing that for myself, that I'm one of the people who money just doesn't come to, or I'm not one of those people that money just comes to. And so I was aware of that. And I was aware that that was who I was being. That was my identity, right? And so I talked to you guys about the parallel realities and coming into the reality of the version of you that basically is a master at manifesting, because that solves a lot of resistance when it comes to manifesting absolutely anything, because it doesn't matter how outlandish your desire may be, or even how it's been looking, or how it has gone, or whatever. If you believe that you are a master at manifesting, then it's going to be easy as pie for you to just switch yourself into another reality, right? Or a master at jumping realities was what I specifically said. So when I came into that awareness of being that master, right? That's step number one, because I'm going to give you guys actionable things to do. Before I do though, I just want to like finish up what I was saying, which is that your identity around money and also manifesting money, because as manifestors, that's usually the route that we're going to go. Some manifestors are, into action or into going to find, other ways to make money, which is a great thing to do anyway. But if you're a manifestor in your way, when you need money or when you want something, the only way that you're really trying to do that is to manifest it. You need to shift into an identity of someone who it is easy to manifest money. Now, first, before you do that though, you want to start with something that has little to no resistance. And so for me, that was coming into the state of the one who can jump realities, like as a master at jumping realities. Okay. Because we already know that we're doing that. Okay. We know that we are shifting moment to moment to moment to moment into a whole new existence, a whole new being. But because we're usually creating based off of what is in front of us, we're creating more of the same. This is why history repeats itself. I was talking about that in a TikTok the other day, because we are creating based off of what is in front of us. And now we know what is in front of us is a product of what we have been thinking in the past. So we're literally recreating the past, right? Until we're able to detach from what's in front of us and create something new. So now the reason why I like to say a master at jumping realities before even, not even saying a master manifestor, you can say that too, because it's really the same thing, but a master at jumping realities, because most of us don't really have any assumptions around that. Most of us don't or if we do, we are knowing that we are already shifting realities. So it's easier for our brain to kind of digest that and come into that state of, I'm a master at jumping. Even saying I'm a master manifester, if you're somebody who's struggled with manifestation, then your brain will have a rebuttal to that, oh, well, no, you're not, or oh, whatever. When you say I'm a master at jumping realities, there's not really much that your brain can really say, depending on how far out. I mean, for me, I'm a very far out thinker, so that's easy for me to associate myself with. So, but that is step one though, is to come into that state. You can do this however that you want. For me, I just felt into it, and I'm going to make another video hopefully today about living and manifesting as a god or goddess. And I'm going to talk more about really coming into that state of I am, of the state behind the states, basically. But I'm not going to get into that in this video. I wanted to make that video first, but whatever, y'all heard me. I'm on a time crunch. So that's step number one, is to come into the state. Come into the I am behind you, okay? Because behind you, the being that is being you. Come into that awareness of that, right? And because to the God that is being you, shifting realities and shifting, shifting from reality to similar reality may seem easy, but to God, nothing is hard or easy, okay? It's all just there and available to you to shift into. Now, once you come into that state, then you want to come into the state of someone who believes that manifesting money is easy, okay? You want to come into the state of someone who believes that manifesting money is easy, and someone who so when you come into that state, because here's the thing, guys, and this was something that was really messing me up, was that I had a belief that I carried from, really from before even the law of attraction, but even in the law of attraction, I don't know, because people say, well, manifesting money is no harder than manifesting anything else. But it's like I said in a previous video, if that were true, everybody that manifests would be a millionaire. And I don't think that it's that manifesting money is harder or easier. It's that there's so much stigma over it in just reality. Before we came into the trippier side of life, there were so many beliefs that we held about money and the just scarcity of it, that we kind of carried that into even something as limitless as manifestation, right? So we're going to drop all of that now. And really, you guys, when you're coming into states, you just want to ask yourself the question, what would it feel like if it were true? Not trying to force it to be true, but just what would it feel like? Because think about this, guys. What would it feel like if it were true that you were just a master at jumping realities? You would never be afraid of anything because you would know that you would be able to get yourself out of it. Okay. And this is why when it comes to manifesting money, right? The big thing that prevents us from doing, because it is the same, like fundamentally, it is the same. You put your attention on something else, you put your identity on something else, and it will reflect to you. But when it comes to money, it's connected directly with our survival, right? So we literally do need it. You know, it's unfortunate that if you don't have money, you literally cannot eat. Your family can't eat. You can't live. So it's a little bit harder. That's the hard part, is living in the end when you're knowing that if it doesn't, right? If it doesn't, then I'm going to be in a really fucked up position, you know? So I have to get it. And that creates that need, right? And that lack that really prevents us from being in that state of, I have it already, right? So now, when you shift into, now that you are a master at shifting realities, when you shift now into a reality where you are a master at manifesting money is the easiest thing for you, right? And like I said, you just play with this idea in your head. What would that feel like for me? And here's the thing about it that is so helpful, right? Is because when you come into the state of being a master at manifesting money, this is not coming into the state of being wealthy or rich yet, right? It's coming into the state of someone who is just good at manifesting money. What this does is ease that anxiety for you, okay? So that, because again, when you think about, okay, well, I'm a master at switching states, and I'm now in the reality where I'm a master at manifesting money. So this is able to soothe you no matter what your financial situation is currently. Because if your financial state, like if your financial circumstance right now is where you have $1 in your bank account, but you're knowing that now I'm choosing to be, right? Because that's important, you guys. Let me pause really quick and talk about that, because this is what it means to come into that state of the I am, of the of the master of switching realities, right? Is that you get to choose, you guys, because many times we feel trapped, and especially when it comes to money, love, health, we feel trapped where we are. We feel like this is just what it's going to be for me, that I can't get out of this, right? And that's what causes that anxiety, that, and the belief that you will fail. That's something else too. That's such a sneaky and such a small little thing that you wouldn't even think about. And a lot of people don't really talk about, but if you have a belief that sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't, especially when it comes to money, you can't really gamble your bills being paid on something that shaky, on a foundation that is that shaky, right? And so this is why I say come into the state of a master at switching realities. It gets done every time, okay? If you're in the state of creating as a god, as a goddess, you can't fail, right? That's the identity that you're having when you come into that state, that first step one initial state that I'm talking about. And then when you come into the state of being a master at manifesting money is easy for you. I'm now in that reality. Make the decision, right? Like I said, because it's like, well, how do I get there? How do you get there? You just choose that. You choose that because you're in the state now of the one who has the ability, the authority to choose that. And so then you choose that. Now I'm in the reality where manifesting money is super easy for me, right? And so when you're and back to what I was saying, so no matter what your current circumstance is, it's not dependent on that. Because when you're saying to yourself, I'm rich, but you're looking at your bank account and you have all that fear and that doubt and that shaky foundation, like I said, that's why it's so easy to cave in and go back to what it has been, which is being broke as fuck, right? So, but when all you're doing is switching your state of mind, you guys, and this is another thing, let me pause really quick and say that this is where you're looking for the shift, you guys, because that's the other thing that really fucks people up in manifestation in general, but especially again with money, because of the importance that it has for us. It's a constant, okay, do the meditation, come out of the meditation, my bank account looks the same. It's not working. You know, okay, I did the meditation. You know, it's been a week and nothing happened. It's not working, right? So look for the shift inside of you first, because everything is reflecting you, you guys. It's reflecting who you're being inside. So when you start to feel, when you are able to look at your bank account and not be triggered, right? Or not be afraid or not be fearful, because you're knowing now, well, I'm in the reality now where manifesting money is super easy for me. So I don't have to be triggered. I don't have to be scared, because I know that I have, and you always do, but now you're knowing that you have the ability to change the circumstance for yourself, right? So that's step 2, is to come into that state of manifesting money is easy for me. It doesn't matter what it looks like right now, because I have chosen, and I have stepped into the reality where manifesting money is easy and simple for me. It's the easiest thing. That's something to start telling yourself. The things you struggle with, you guys, start telling yourself it's the easiest thing for me to manifest, because it's only your story. And I'm not going to get into that. We'll see how long this takes. No, probably not, because I want to be able to speak freely. But anyways, so step 3, you guys, after you come into the state of manifesting money is easy, then you can go into manifesting, wealth or riches, or, even a big certain dollar amount that you want to make. Because when you do that, now all that resistance that was keeping you from staying focused is no longer there. So now, because you can just remind yourself when you start to feel like anxiety, or you start to feel worried, like, oh, this bill is coming up, or, this thing is coming up. Do I have the money to pay for it? Am I going to have it? Am I whatever? You can remind yourself that I've chosen to be the different version of myself now that this is easy for, right? So then when you go into your affirmations and you go into your sat scene, you go into whatever you're doing from that state, it is so much easier and more simple for you to just manifest this. And I have done this, you guys, and I have been seeing great results from it. Honestly, you guys, I mean, I've been making more money than I've been making in a long time because there was a point when I first started my coaching business where I was making a really good amount of money. But because my identity did not shift completely, like I fluctuated out of that state and back into my normal state, because my identity, the core, did not shift, you guys. And this is why self-concept fucking matters, you guys. Like, I hate to say, like, I don't want to say, like, don't listen to people, but don't listen to people. If you want to have, because nobody wants to get what they want and lose it, or get what they want and struggle to keep it, or feel like they're going to lose it any second. You want to be able to enjoy the things that you manifest for yourself. So if you do, your identity needs to come along with you. You can manifest things, just like all the lottery winners that manifest the money and lose it all. Can you imagine how frustrating it can be to put all that energy into manifesting something just to lose it? Shift your identity. And this is like an easy step-by-step way. You guys, you can do it. Just really, like I said, don't make it difficult. Ask yourself, what would it feel like if I were? How would I feel if I were? And most of the time you'll feel like the tension leaving your body. You'll feel the need, the lack, the desiring, the chasing, all of that leave your body. And that's how you know that you've come into the state, because those people that are really good at manifesting money aren't worried. They may experience anxiety or fear or worry for a moment, but then they remember, oh yeah, I can just manifest this, and it can be just as easy as everything else that you manifest. So I'm intending that helped you. I know that it did. I know that if you guys really apply this, because y'all, being real and open and vulnerable with you guys, like I always am, I was one of those people who really fucking could not manifest money to save my fucking life, like at all. Like if you notice, like I don't really talk about it much on my channel, but this really shifted things for me, and I'm really grateful. And I want you guys to experience that as well. So yeah, that belief that you can't manifest money, it has to go, because it won't matter, you guys. And then I'm gonna hop off for real, but this is why it doesn't work when you do all the techniques, you do all the stuff, you do all the things. But if your belief behind everything that you're doing is that I can't manifest money, it never works for me, or it only works for small amounts or whatever, then that's going to block every single thing that you try and do, honestly. You know, some people can get through it with like the persistent saturation of affirmations and things, which I also was doing, you guys. I meant to say that for step 3, coming into the state of wealth, of riches, you want to do that with whatever technique that you like, whether it's switching states, whether it's affirmations, sat scenes, meditations, whatever, but really go ahead and then just saturate your mind with your new identity. And for me, it felt, instead of it feeling like I'm trying to force something to happen, I'm trying to make something happen, it was more of a light and easy thing that felt almost like money for me became like a game. Like it became like fun. It's like, oh, how much can I make today? Oh, how much can I make, you know, whatever, how far can I push it? And it became fun instead of like fearful and needy. But anyways, I need to get to my session. I love you guys. Again, intending that this helps you, intending that this changes your life, it changes your financial life, changes your family's life. And I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in another video soon.